I'm fucking old. And I'm at that age where you start thinking about how certain things were better when you were younger. Like, I think girls were much better at rejecting guys when I was younger. I know, because I've been like, I'm an expert at rejection. I've had almost every kind imaginable. And I think girls were like, there was a softer, gentler, kinder way of rejecting when I was younger. I think the technology is one of those things that actually hurts in this regard. Because the phone number thing was a big part of the rejection. And it's hard to just deal with electronic media. What people do now is, you'll give someone that number and then you won't answer. And the guy will keep signaling, and you won't answer, and the guy will be like, she's nuts. We talked for like an hour and a half, she won't answer the phone, she's crazy. And they go like, doesn't he get the message? I'm not interested. He's crazy. That's what people get married and always be like, I love you so much. You're the first guy I ever dated that wasn't crazy. Everyone's nuts. People think everyone else is crazy. We were better when I was younger. I had a great rejection once. I was at a bar, and I'm talking to this girl for like an hour, and I asked her for her number. That's the big thing. And she slips me this piece of paper, like it's a treasure map, and just tucks it away and says, don't show it to anybody. And I'm all happy. And I go home, and you take out the little treasure map, and it says, my favorite number is 4. It has like an exclamation point with a little smile on it and a little thing underneath, shh, don't tell anybody. So I ran into her like a couple months later, another bar. 1 second, just a split second. She has this look of like unease, and then she's like, hi, how come you never called me? I'm like, you put the number 4 on a piece of paper. You said it was your favorite number. She was like, oh my God, I was so drunk. That is so embarrassing. She gives me a little hug. She's like, please don't tell anybody. So now she's rejected me twice, and yet she's acted like she's the one that should be embarrassed by the situation. That's an art. That takes skill. The best rejection, I haven't had a great rejection in so long, it's hard to even describe. I'll tell you what it feel like. You ever like met a girl and you talk to her and you come back smiling, and your friend's like, no, you didn't get in with her, did you? No, but you know something? I'm glad, because I could never live up to the standards of anybody who could reject me that well. I mean, she did it with such grace and compassion and culture. I would feel like completely out of my league if I was in a relationship. But it's just great to know girls are still like that in the world. Just lifts my spirits to know we still have some girls to make me feel that way when putting me down. Most girls just can't do that right away. I'll give you a good tip though, if you're really just trying to get into how to do a solid rejection. Anybody ever apply for college and get on the waiting list? So that's what you do. Text somebody that kind of waiting list letter. Hi, I had a great time with you, and I think you're very interesting, and you have a lot of good qualities, but unfortunately, I'm kind of involved right now, and I just don't have a chance to really admit you into my life, but maybe in a couple of years, we run into each other, I'd be interested in seeing how you're doing, and maybe entertain you at that time. And you're like, hey, I guess this is like just what happened when I didn't get into UVA. It's just getting harder and harder to get into the best local girls these days. Just more guys than ever vying for the same number of available openings. They can't admit all of us, so it lowers their reputation. So I'm just gonna have to date my backup girl for a while, build up my relationship skills, and maybe in a couple of years I can transfer into the girl that I really like. See, this is what we want. We just want the all-American girl to show the same courtesy, professionalism, and evasiveness that we, American men, have become accustomed to receiving when being rejected by the best American schools, jobs, and decent financial opportunities. Just string us along, promising a payoff that is never going to come. Just leave us with the illusion that if we work hard and apply ourselves and are patient, it's all going to work out in the end. USA! USA! You can still make your dreams come true in this country. It's just not going to happen right away. No more peace. One of the things, I like people to drink. Everyone here drink a little bit? People drink too much. It's too much a part of their life. When you ever see people that they drink, and when they get drunk, they just start reminiscing about other times they've gone out and got drunk. Like that Jurassic Park movie, and 2 guys snuck some whiskey in, and they're drinking in the theater, and they're talking really loud, and people are like, shh! Oh man, this is funny, man. Shh! The dinosaurs win. It's all the same. Spiller hasn't changed here. Man, this is so funny. This is like that time, remember we went to that bowling alley and everyone was mad at us because we got really drunk?
Remember, like, we kept throwing balls into the gutter, and then we kept drinking more, and we were throwing balls, but not into our gutter. It was like going to other people's gutter, and then you threw that one, and it almost hit like 10 kids, and 5 of them like fell down, and I was like, do one more, you get a spare. And then 5 started screaming at us, and then we were like so drunk we fell off those little plastic chairs where you keep score, and we were like laying on the floor of the bowling alley, and you were like, dude, this reminds me of that time, remember? At that 4th of July party when we got so drunk. We were laying on that girl's lawn, we were like half passed out, and we missed the fireworks, and then you knocked over her barbecue grill and set her lawn on fire. And remember, I got up and I got the hose and I got out most of the fire, but then I soaked the lawn, and then she came back, she's like, what are you doing? My lawn's all soaked, your house is on fire. I'm like, nah. Remember, this reminds me of that time at my birthday when we went out in that bar hall, we got really drunk, and we picked up those 2 girls and we got in a cab, and you were like, dude, cab driver, left turn here, right turn. You know, something I can't remember where we are. Help me out. And I was like, I am so drunk, I don't even remember where I live. We were still not getting home tonight. And the girls were like screaming, you idiots, I knew you shouldn't have gotten into this cab. The cab driver started to throw us out, and we were just sitting back there having a good time. I was like, dude, remember that time when we were 13 years old? And I stole that bottle of whiskey from my dad when he got drunk for the real first time, remember? And he came home and found out about it because we left the empty bottle on the stairs, and he fell over and it was like, oh, do that again, Dad. And then we threw up all over him, and then he was going to beat us, and I was like, Dad, the neighbor came over, and he brought this, and he said it was like liquid vitamins. And then we drank it with him, and then he touched us. Remember my dad was going to get his gun, and my mom had to stop him? Remember we were in my bedroom all buzzed when the police came, and we were waving as he took the neighbor off? That guy was in jail for like a year on pedophilia charges. His wife left him, he lost his job. And remember when he finally got home, an angry mob of soccer moms beat him into the hospital. I remember I went to visit him at the hospital, and I was like, dude, I'm so sad. We like ruined your life so we wouldn't get in trouble. I probably shouldn't have gone to the hospital drunk. That wasn't a good idea. I called him like a couple months ago, and his new wife answered. She was like, you idiot, don't ever call again. So he's okay. He's got a new wife. I think she's real protective of him. You know something, we made some mistakes, but I think we've had a real good life, haven't we? Well, the important thing is, early on you want to find out what it is you love, and then practice it. Build on it. Don't let anyone get it from your way. We are like role models for happiness in this life, my friend. The older we get, the more time we spend wasting. Everybody, thank you.
Martin Rosendhal, everybody. Clap it up for it one more time.